30-06 John here, and today what we're going to be talking about is loading heavy bullets through lever action rifles. Keep watching and I hope you enjoy the video. What I was trying to do was load heavy bullets in 44 Magnum for my Henry lever action. I shoot these two 40 grain semi-wad cutter lead bullets all the time out of my rifle. They function fine. So I loaded up some, these are Hornady 300 grain XTPs. And I loaded up some of these 310 grain True Shot hard cast lead bullets. These 300 grain Hornady XTPs. This is a dummy round. And as you can see, they load into the tubular magazine. They function just fine. And in the past, I've shot these 300 grain hard cast lead. These are a cast performance bullet. And they work fine also. I loaded up some of these 310 grain True Shot hard cast lead bullets. Crimped them at the cannular. They didn't seem very long, but when I tried to load them into the gun, they loaded okay, but they would not feed. I can load them in single shot, and if I just lift up on the bullet a little bit, and you could finagle them into the chamber. Of course, that's not what we want, right? And they shoot okay. I actually shot a couple. This 300 grain Hornady XTP. This is an older one. It has two crimp grooves. This crimp groove here in the back is for when you want to load the cartridge longer, for use in like a single shot rifle or a magnum length cylinder like a Super Red Hawk or a Dan Wesson. The newer ones only have the front cannular, and when you crimp it to the front cannular, it'll feed fine in lever action rifles. This 300 grain cast performance bullet, when you crimp it there, the overall length is about the same as this, and it functions fine in my Henry rifle. Now this 310 True Shot hard cast lead, when you crimp it at the cannular, it's a little bit too long, plus it has a big meat plate there, and it just won't feed. I did short load one, and I crimped it just into the lead, not in the crimp groove. It seems to would work okay. I haven't loaded up any and shot any. I'll do that in the future. And you know, a lot of these hard cast lead bullets are actually made for revolvers. The Super Red Hawks, the Dan Wessons, they have a little bit longer cylinder, so a lot of cast bullets are made so when you crimp them into the groove, they'll fit the cylinder, but they really won't work on a lever action rifle. This cast performance 320 grain bullet right here, encrypted there, that's way too long. That won't feed either. So you have to be careful. Even on jacketed bullets, you would think that if you just buy factory ammo or jacketed bullets, you'll be fine, but that's not really the case. For the Sierra 44 caliber 300 grain jacketed soft point, they say right here, let me zoom in, when seated to the cannular, this bullet will have an overall length that does not feed well in lever action rifles. Recommended cartridge overall length of 1.735 inches in 44 Magnum. At the range about 4 or 5 months ago, I bumped into a fellow shooter. He was trying to shoot the heavy buffalo bore 44 Magnum plus P plus ammunition through his Henry lever action rifle, and then it wouldn't work. It was just way too long. And this also applies to lever action rifles in 45 Colt or 357 Magnum. Once again, back to the Sierra's website. for their 45 caliber 300 grain jacketed soft point. They state, when seated to the cannula, this bullet can have an overall length that may not feed well in some lever action rifles with a shorter carrier. This is from Midway USA's website, and this is the HSM Bear ammunition 357 Magnum 180 grain lead round nose. If you go down to the customer reviews, and this reviewer actually purchased this ammo for an older Rossi 357 Magnum rifle. I found that this ammo would not feed through the breech without getting jammed. So make sure you function test your ammunition. Make sure it runs through the action. Hey everyone, that's all I have for today. Everyone, thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a nice day.